Winston Churchill once said, the price of greatness is responsibility. Well, hello to you watching us now. Welcome to Ray's Breakfast. Hashtag, what are you saying? It's Tuesday and your goals for the week can still come to speed. Your favorite ladies are right here to set the tone for your morning with amazing conversation. On this vibrant, youthful platform, we tackle the conversations that matter most and concerns the very important demography of the society, and that's the youth, of course. Today, Tuesday, is open for the ladies to open up trending topics. So get your seat belt ready, like I always say, for an awesome ride with me. I will be your anchor for today. My name is Oluchi Omenka, and of course, God's beauty Israel is in the house. Make some noise. Good morning.
Hey, my bestie. How are you?
I'm good, though.
Good
I'm
morning.
your bestie today. Last week,
Everybody's my bestie
you publicly
now.
declared that you do not love me.
No.
At this point, I have to say that you are like this.
Hi.
You are beginning to act in a very shady manner.
No. So this is it.
Now
this is
declare it. Do you love me or not?
I love you, baby, from the bottom of my heart.
Stamped in heaven, bagam. So how are you doing today, though?
I'm beautiful. Jesus is taking care of me. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Jesus also taking care of me. Because it's Jesus
I love
now
the
for
energy.
everybody.
That's so
You know,
nice.
some people talk about Jesus and Abba, Yahweh, and Yeshua. It makes me feel like,
Am I excluded?
Especially you. But anyway, from that, so something happened yesterday, and I think I put up a picture on my status, and I said somebody once said to me that what they like about me is my smile and optimism, and I remember that word stuck to me, and I felt like, oh, I like this angle that you're bringing. But then somebody also pointed to my attention that there's a difference between optimism and toxic positivity.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard of such before?
I never hear. Put us on it.
So it's almost like, you know, you could just claim to be overly optimistic. Oh, it will work, it'll be better.
Yes.
But if you're not putting the action or the required things to actually get things better and be improved upon, you could actually be wallowing in toxic positive. Exactly. Some would call it delulu.
Yes, that's what it is.
You're trying to be delulu. So I thought that, okay, there should be a fine balance.
There should be a balance, yes.
If I'm being optimistic, yes, I believe things should get better. What am I doing to ensure that things get better? So he also painted to me that there are two. The reason why he would go with someone who is optimistic rather than a pessimistic person is because pessimistic people will find a way to prove to you that what they said was wrong was actually wrong. They will find every means to tell you that, you see, I told you it was wrong. But optimistic people should try or would try, you know, to look for angles and ways to get things better. And I was just inspired.
I feel like on this one, I'm one of those persons that like to face reality. Do you understand? And that's why, if you remember earlier this year when we you know, entered into the year and we're talking about, you know, the goals and all of that. And if you remember, I stated that in as much as you want to put in goals that you really want, you want to achieve and all, and so that it is, you know, realistic goals. Don't set goals that it just comes to head. Oh, you want to get a car that is worth 300 million naira. Do you have the job that's going to give you that? Do you understand? Again, there can be answered prayer. It can somebody from somewhere, somebody exactly that can happen. But again, you should try as much as possible to set realistic goals for yourself, so that you don't end up, you know, being that person where you are thinking, oh, what exactly is happening, and you start pressurizing yourself. You know?
Very true.
So yeah, it's actually very. I love, you know, people that are optimistic. I love it when you have that faith. Even the Bible says it's important that you have faith, right? So again, I feel like that space for faith is where you just you just have it in the back of your head that, oh, whatever that you want to do is possible. Again, now it's after having the mindset of
what am
possibility,
I doing to make that possible.
Happen. So yeah, that's what it is.
Dropping bars every morning.
Amen.
All right, as we start the day, we'd love to take a moment to reflect on the significant events that have shaped our world. And today we'll be highlighting two fascinating milestones which will be displayed shortly. And afterwards, we're heading straight to the headline stories for today. So please stay with us. We'll be right back shortly. Welcome back. Now, please let me know your thoughts on these historical milestones and share them with us on our YouTube page. Our phone lines are also open. You can call us on 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Of course, right now we'll be scanning the pages of the newspaper this morning. We have The Punch, The Guardian, and The International Guardian. Lead us, my lady.
All right, let me quickly guide you straight into the Guardian newspaper. By the top left, we have here the chin to the thin, the rise of beard transplant. Top right, we have creatures cure, what animals can teach us about medicine. Then the main headline there has domestic abusers driving more victims to suicide, warn police. Then bottom left, we have the Mars rover finds traces of possible ancient life. That sounds interesting. Let me just quickly, talk a bit about the headline at the top left that says the change the theme, the rise of the beard transplant. I feel like it was important for us to talk about it because, again, I think there's more conversation around BBL, women, cosmetic, whatever, but we don't always highlight the things that men also do. So I felt like today, let's shake the men's table. Yes, it's true.
I remember on Gossip Gala when you mentioned one guy that had to do a tattoo on his head.
On his head, yeah. What's his name? I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fair. He has this. You guys, I remember his name as we have this conversation because now all of them, now them go come and say, why are women doing BBL? Baby, why are you doing beard? Explain to me, you understand? Let me quickly read this out, and it says beard transplants are becoming increasingly popular as more men seek fuller, well-grown facial hair. Right, the procedure once considered niche is now in high demand, with clinics offering specialized treatments to cater for this trend. Now, the rise reflects shifting beauty standards and the growing influence of social media and celebrity culture in shaping personal aesthetics. Now, it also highlights how medical advancements in hair restoration are being repurposed for cosmetic enhancement. While this procedure promises a thicker beard, it comes with potential risks such as infection and high cost. There's also a debate whether the pressure to conform to such beauty standard is driving unnecessary cosmetic procedures. I feel like that's what's going on because, I mean, during our forefathers and all of that in the ancient time, those people were not bothered about if they were a bard or if they had very scanty beards and all of that. I think again it's that I don't know if you knew like the trend that happened one time around the beard gangs and all. I don't really find it very fascinating. I don't find it interesting. Just look the way you are. Yeah, no, I'm not saying you should not have beards. If it comes naturally, fine and good. Do you understand? But again, because that mindset of, any guy that is with full beards and all of that, that is under the beard gang or whatever, women will find you attractive. I mean, instead you have to be chocolate dripping, you have to be tall.
Tall, handsome, TH.
Exactly. Then you now left all that to thank God. I don't know if they can increase the height. Oh, I think I've heard of that. People say they have to break like their bones.
They do that.
The things I hear,
you
guys.
The point is, even though we look at these things and we're wondering how we got to this place, sometimes I like to admire the intelligence that goes into thinking about some of these things. Science is wonderful, and how they've come about all of this is great. So you mentioned that the beard transplant or whatever is on the increase. Me, I'd rather put it this way, that what's on the increase is public validation for people. That's just what's on the increase. So the BBL thing, I just checked this morning, and somebody said, HR, please, does HMO cover for my BBL?
Yes, I saw that.
And I was like, no, this is just beyond outrageous. So I think it's just public validation. And it will end. Because if we're in a society where people take their validation from what people think, we will have new innovations, in fact. We'll have people come up one day and say they want to start looking shorter. That's going to happen soon. We're looking at taller, right? Just let one person come out and say short is what's trending. People will start breaking their bones to look short. So it's just like this. It never ends. But it's quite fascinating, interesting.
It's fascinating to the angle of, the thinking space and all of that, how they're able to come upon those things and all. But again, I feel like people should learn to be okay with you know, the way they look and all of that. Because honestly, the
That's
mindset
a conversation that
it's something that we need to. I get it that the world is evolving, technology and all of that, and of course you want to, you know, look a certain way and all. But again, you know, I would always tell you, the intention and motivation is, you know, is what I always think about. Why exactly are you doing this beer, whatever? Is it for the right reason that, oh, okay, you just want yours to look fuller, you want to see how you look like, you know, having the
you
beard
want
and all.
Nneka to grieve for you quick.
Come on now. I beg.
All right, but let's move on to the papers in the Nigerian space. We're not talking about beard gang. Our own problem is not beard. It's bigger than beard. The Punch paper has the major headline reading, Naira for crude talks. Dangote refinery and others may import $1.4 billion crude monthly. NUPRC weighs solution to NNPCL crude shortage claim. Tinubu panel may meet before Salah. Police intercept 488 AK-47 rifles, arrest 2,000 suspects. Makinde planned suits as Oyo Sharia panel begins sitting. Ogun Attorney General, AIG clash over murder, land grabbing case. Osun clashes, 3 gunmen arrested as Adeleke talks tough. Above that, we see overstaying visas attract permanent ban. U.S. wants Nigerians. Wike camp dismisses Atiku's coalition and woos PDP bigwigs. Obasanjo, Kuka, and others allege Nigeria's democracy failing. Power generators fear collapse over 4.7 trillion naira. Now, the Punch has, the Guardian has a different story about this whole electricity stuff, but when I get to the Guardian, I'll open it up more. So there are many things here that catches my interest from the wording that we've been given. You know, this thing where Nigerians are threatened to be deported. Sometimes I feel like it's a blow and a slap on our face, right? We don't have certain immigrants in our own nation that we're always threatening to send back. Yes, we have some that have committed criminal activities, but they know that they are going to go back to their land. But you see, Nigerians abroad, Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians who are immigrants who have decided to make a living outside of there, some of them do not go through the right process, and some of them have expired visas. There was one time we were having a discussion on tourism, and some people use tourist visa to go and start living permanently in those places. And I'm like, why do we always like to go through corners and at the end of the day embarrass not just yourself but the nation as a whole? We're always blaming the government. We're always making it look like it's just, I know, undertone. The reason why people want to leave this nation, or Japa as they call it now, is because probably things are not as, you know, green.
Probably things are not as green.
In Zion, where I stay, things are green. I live in Zion. But the point is, they want to leave because of the conditions of the country right now. But I feel like there's a way you can do these things. You constantly putting us as an embarrassment on a global scale. It's not needed. Because why would you want, if you want to travel and live there, go through the due process. Get a visa that will take you there for long. Don't get visas that is going to expire and then you are now running and trying to avoid, you know, these people that can send you back. It's just terrible. And we have it on the increase regularly. Now, I think, I don't know the number they listed here, but it's a whole number and they are warning. It's always Nigerians that are at the top of the list. We're going to send you back, send you back. It's not needed. Funny how is that we have Nigerians that are schooling there, working there, they are doing great exploits. So if you keep embarrassing our nation and yourself, you're also not putting a good name for those that are there doing well. And when I saw this story, I'm like, what's all this again?
I get your point, but again, I think their excuse would be, so I think it was last year or so, right? I think the UK government also had like a certain amount that even if you're coming to like the UK to school, you're supposed to have a certain amount in your account already. How many people have that amount? That amount is very ridiculous. I'm so sorry. But if you hear that amount, bro, if you have that money, there's no need of you having to travel. Let's be for real. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, when you look at all of those things...
So that means even the schooling option to travel is now becoming cheap. Difficult.
Yes, it's difficult. So that's why you have to want to follow one forest and follow probably like the African countries to be able to get there, where it is way cheaper and all of that. So again,
if you get there,
that's their excuse.
Come back.
Baby.
Come back.
The reason why they go there, they've not done it now.
But the fact that you've not done it within that space of time means you can't even do it there. That means it's not even working for you there. Come back. Anyways, I'm moving away from this. But I mean, this other story caught my interest as well. 488 AK-47 rifles. What's this? What is this new one now? This is crime on the rampage. The reason why I'm highlighting these two stories is because It's talking about our shortcomings from the point of citizens, Nigerians, and ourselves. I'm not highlighting shortcomings from the government. There are stories here that talk about fear, that talk about power and all of that. But look at the one that talks about us.
Yeah, and
this
I think
is crime. 2,000 suspects, 488 AK-47 rifles. These things don't cost little. They cost a lot to even commit the crime. How did we get here? You have anything to say about that?
I feel like that's why we're even having this conversation we're having, like the whole topic, right? Because, again, I am one person to always drag the government when I feel like certain things are not going well. But, again, you also see that, to some extent, there are certain things that we are doing ourselves. This money that is to go and buy whatever, of course, it's to commit crime, it's to go terrorism, whatever that we keep hearing. But, okay, I said I don't want to call the government. If not, I would have said there's also a tendency that most of the big persons are literally the ones behind all of these things, which is actually true. Let's not lie. Do you understand?
The backstory that Godrich is privy to.
It's true. See, I'm not a hypocrite, yeah? And I don't intend being anytime soon. So I will state it. I have big mouth, exactly the way Aisha Yusuf would always say it. See, I'll tell you the way it is. It's the truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, because the truth is, it's not possible for certain things to happen with the kind of people that we have like in place without them knowing that these things are coming into the country. Don't twist it. Don't make it look like except because, of course, these persons must have bribed certain persons for it to get here. So the fact that it's even in the news, sometimes I'm always like, okay, sometimes I feel like even these reporters in question, some of them have to also bribe to get the news. Let's not lie.
This is a new angle you're opening. Let me move to The Guardian and then let me hear your angle again. The major headline reads, 1,102 local vessels rely on Ghana, others for routine maintenance. Nigerians spend 509 billion naira on electricity in 3 months amid poor performance. Rivers group drags Tinubu to ECOWAS, insist on reversal of emergency rule. Democracy not working in Nigeria, says Obasanjo, Obi, Tambuwal, and Kuka. 2027, North has ditched your 2023 alliance, Ohaneze tells Tinubu. UBA records 766.6 billion naira profits, declares 3 naira dividend. Above that, we see I'll evaluate Tinubu's government on my terms, Soyinka declares. How Nigeria lost rare opportunity in Russia-Ukraine war to lead LNG market. And the last story says, those behind June 12th debacle now regret, says Yakubu. Wow, interesting stories here. Last week, Okiki was saying that this new trend of past governors, past presidents coming out to look like saints now, talking about how democracy is not working and not. It's almost looking like one propaganda in the behind the scene or so. Like when you were also in power,
you did the same things that these ones are doing.
I mean, times have changed. Inflation is not just hitting Nigeria, it's hitting everyone across board. So maybe things were a bit different for you based on inflation, whatever that was happening generally. But coming out regularly to give this report, it's okay to criticize. Everybody has freedom of speech to want to criticize and analyze things. But we need to move beyond that to action. And the last story that I want to talk about is Nigerians spend 509 billion on electricity in 3 months amid poor performance. I don't like talking about figures in this every morning because we talk about figures that are not broken down for us to understand.
What
They're
exactly
just showing
the money
big figures to us. But I like how the Guardian has put it, that we have spent these figures amid poor performance. We hear of national grid collapsing every 24 hours.
People
are complaining about, the grid, and it's a whole lot. But that is where we wrap up the headline stories this morning. We have a very interesting topic to discuss here, and it's from a trending news that we saw on social media. We want to discuss Mr. Macaroni's thoughts on celebrity activism. Of course, Godrich and I will be opening this up. And we want you as well to drop your thought and your comment on our YouTube page or call us on our phone lines. Okay, we're going on a short break and return in a jiffy. right, welcome back. We are discussing Speaking Truths to Power, Mr. Macaroni's thoughts on celebrity activism. In times of social and economic hardship, the voices of public figures often carry weight. And many Nigerians look to celebrities not just for entertainment, but also for advocacy, expecting them to use their influence to speak against injustice. However, this expectation has sparked ongoing debate. Should activism be a personal choice, or is it a moral obligation for those in the public eye? Recently, popular Nigerian actor and activist Mr. Macaroni waded into this conversation, addressing criticisms that celebrities are not speaking out enough about the country's struggle. In a post on X, he defended those who chose to remain silent, stating that advocacy should not be forced upon anyone. His argument, celebrities are citizens too, and if the majority of people remain silent, why should public figures be held to different standards? His statement has since fueled discussion on social media, with some supporting his stance, while others believe that silence from influential personalities enables bad governance. So where do we draw the line? Is it fair to demand activism from celebrities, or should Nigerians focus on collective action instead? Join us today as we dive into these pressing issues on today's show, exploring the fine line between influence and responsibility, and unpacking Mr. Macaroni's perspective on celebrity activism in Nigeria. Godwit, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am. I'm born ready, actually.
My first question is, if celebrities are not the one at the forefront of this change, who then would be?
The citizens of Nigeria. Let's take out celebrity or no celebrity, because I'm so with Mr. Macaroni on this one. I'm not even going to lie. And I feel like there's a lot of passive whatever that we keep doing instead of, the activeness. And I get it. Again, it's nobody's fault, because what happened 2020, I feel like that's where a lot of people just feel like, you know what? I think it's time for us to probably look for other mechanisms, which is actually something I actually agree on, right? So when it comes to who exactly should be fighting for the country, I don't understand why you're dragging celebrities. Are you not also a citizen of Nigeria? You are, yeah? So why are you not there? Why are you dragging... See, I get it that, when, celebrities come out, speak out, of course they have the numbers and all of that, so it's easy for everybody to get the information. The president, everybody, gets it that, oh, okay, this guy is talking about this. I get it. But again, when everybody comes together, the war is, better. Everybody has their weapons. This one is with whatever. This one is with probably an arrow. This one is with a bow. Everybody is ready. But when you just leave it for the celebrities, how many celebrities? Also note that there are many people that are not okay. Or I don't know if the right word is, okay, but there are many people that prefer to do, the whole work and all of that behind the screen. Without them coming to comment, behind the scene, thank you. Without anybody coming to comment, or without them, putting ring lights and saying everything that they need to say. There are persons like that. At the end of the day, what we are clamoring on is for a good governance, right? We are clamoring on good Nigeria, for everybody to be okay, for the price of this and that. There are ways for us to do that. Do you understand? Without you, coming out and, typing and all of that. If the likes of Macaroni feel like it's important for him to say it out, beautiful. But there are so many other persons that would prefer to do their own whatever. And there are so many ways to do it. People around you, have you taken care of them? They go talk about the things where government they do. You personally, what do they do? Do you understand? Yeah, there's so many ways to be able to, put all these things together.
Story.
Exactly. So coming out and saying, because according to, the stuff I saw, the person was with a placard, and the person is like, oh, we should start on following all celebrities since they're not talking about, how to move. What you don't do? What have you done? Exactly. It's a simple thing. So let's stop calling out celebrities. The ones that feel like it's important for them to come out and talk about it, beautiful. But the ones that do not, what they do? Because it shows me say most of the people, when they come outside, they follow, they talk, they drag. They don't do anything. Let's not lie.
It's a switch for me. From Queen's English to they know they do anything. But I agree with you 100% that activism should be a collective responsibility. But remember the first quote I mentioned before we started the show? It was from Winston Churchill that said that the price of greatness is responsibility. And I've heard several times too that heavy is the head that wears the crown. At this point, I believe that if you are someone of great influence at any level at all, in any industry or sector, entertainment, governance, whatever, it is expected that you wield certain responsibilities, right? And even though I would not totally agree with the criticisms that come off overboard where you want to pressure them. But it is still expected of certain people to show that they are very concerned with what's going on in the country. Now, remember 2020, was 2020 NSARS? So I can't remember.
Yes, it was 2020.
Right. Now, there was this study my friend and I just checked out, and he said the reason why Lagos, this is going to sound a bit controversial, but I'm just going to say it the way it is.
I'd like to hear it.
I know you like controversy. He said the reason why Lagos, right, is as if, did you notice at that point that many celebrities were pro-Labour Party? There were a lot of celebrities that came out on social media.
Yes, yes.
They would let you know on their journey to vote and everything. Some were even putting posts supporting Labour Party and the candidates then. And it was like they were influencing people's thoughts and people's, decision on Twitter as well. They were overboard. And it seemed that if you even look at it, in Lagos, what happened? It was Labour Party that had to trump over the person that were expected to have won. So what did that show? It showed that these people that are really celebrities, most of them are away. They're in Lagos. Let's not throw that away.
True.
So we can see how much of an influence that their participation brought upon that land. So I would say that, yes, we shouldn't just put the onus on them solely, but they have great influence to actually change the trajectory of things.
Right.
Because remember when Davido's comments became controversial at a point. Why was I against it? I was against it because he's a person of influence. And whatever you say leaves a mark on people. It leaves great mark on people. Why do you think we have certain people that are on Burna Boy's side, Wizkid's side, and all of that? It's because these people, beyond governance, these people in these sectors, they have fans that would die for them in that sense. They listen to them. They get their ideologies from them. If I have such influence, what am I doing with it? Is it just for my sector? Is it just because I want to release the music, I want to watch a movie, and I want you to come to the premiere with me or whatever they call it? I feel like if, we've been told that certain industries that wield certain influence, media is strongly there. So if I'm in this sector and I have people that whatever I do, they're already taking it. Whatever hairstyle I'm doing, they're already following. It means that I have greater responsibility as well to be an activist. Because the truth is, if you come into this space, if you take up that crown to be someone of great influence, responsibility comes with it. And it's okay to want to say I'm just human. Me, I feel like anybody that will use responsibility is not just human anymore. I know this is quite, hold on. I know this is quite harsh, and what are you trying to say? We are not just like all of us anymore. Anybody that decides to be a leader, you have left, you would almost want to wear the superpower clothes where you are going to have to block a lot of things. So it is expected that certain responsibility fall on you. Now, the reason why people have come out to, say that, oh, we're not seeing many of them talk about this, because it has reduced. Before, we used to see a number of them, maybe because another thing now that I'm worried about is that I feel like maybe it's like a targeted advocacy in this sense. Maybe you're just waiting for elections or when there's much buzz about certain things. Because why did we have a lot of influencers, celebrities, actors, singers at 2020 talking about their preferred candidates? And now that these people are in power, we do not even hear much about it. They're not even coming for feedback. I can call some, but I'm not going to call some. Why is it that it's only 2020 we're concerned with telling us your candidate and why we should vote for this candidate? But now that they've been in power and they're doing this, or maybe they're not yet in power, nothing is being done. Then in 2027, right, that's the next election, everybody is going to come out and say, oh, this is who I want. No, it's a continuous thing. Whatever industry that you're in, even though you want to focus on your main responsibility, which is music, film, whatever it is, I feel like the responsibility is still on you. You are still a figure that I want to get my ideologies from. We can't shy away from that. The younger generations get their inspirations from where? These people. So if all that you do on the social media space is just all about you and your sector, what about social responsibility? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So this is it here. First off, you should understand that the reason why these people are popular in the first place, or they are celebrities in quote, is because of whatever that they are dishing out.
Yeah.
Yes, because wait, people should wait. Let me start with this. You would agree that, in as much as you think you are sane and you're no one, all of that, there are still other people that don't think in alignment with you. There are some words I don't want to call, so it's not like I'm insulting anybody or anything.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, in essence, is I find it actually very wrong for you to be listening to certain persons, or for you to think that, because this person is a celebrity and all, you have to listen to them. You have to listen to what they have to say. You should start getting these things correct. Most of these people that are celebrities, they are celebrities probably because they do skits. No, let's not lie. Do you understand? Most of them are celebrities because they do skits. Shebi, it was the other day we were talking about Kataefe, and you made mention of he should know better. Imagine he's a celebrity, yeah? You want to call him, he's a celebrity. But you should understand that just as you made mention of that day that he doesn't know better. So what makes you think that because he's a celebrity, he automatically believes that he knows everything? That's the problem that I have in this country. Yes. There are certain persons you should listen to. There are people that are already political activists. The likes of, Aisha, the likes of Somori, there's so many of them that, you would know these people are activists. These people are ready to do the war or whatever. Why are you not listening to them? Why are you listening to someone that became famous with one rubbish song? You guys should make it make sense to me. So, see, there's not even a laughing matter because I hear it a lot. And I feel like people should start doing a lot of, rethinking and unlearning whatever. Because how do you say that you're listening to certain persons when you know that, okay, this person really does not have the impact that you think he has. This guy, Fish Pie, all the time that I've listened to that guy, I'm so sorry, but I've not seen any,
That's a different one. I think
no, but is he not a celebrity?
He's not a celebrity.
How is he not?
How is he a celebrity?
This is the problem. Most people not consider him a celebrity. If the both of us don't, some people do. And there are people that already idolize him. That's the truth. You cannot take that out. So when you're saying certain celebrities, I think you should stick to political activists, people that are already there, people that you already know the cause that they are fighting for. Exactly. Why are you going to listen to someone that just came out with one hit song and you automatically think that whatever the person say, you should listen? Come on now.
Okay. Now, what I was going to say about the Fish Pie guy, that's not a celebrity. I'm saying this out to everyone. Anyone that's just
oh my God
somehow found a trend and you just blew through that trend is not a celebrity. My definition of celebrity is consistency in a particular sector and making great impact from it. And that's why we can pick certain musicians, actors and all who have been there. Maybe some of them have this, they jumpstart it and they don't follow through the process, but they are still consistent in a particular sector. So I would say that Fish Pie guy is not a celebrity. So I do not put any onus or responsibility on him to want to be an activist. I was going to say something that you make it, well, I understand that we can have different opinions to this, but I will still go with my former or my initial
so you're automatically now saying that every celebrity should be an activist?
I'm not saying every celebrity should be an activist, but I'm saying that every celebrity should take social responsibility with them. Now, activism comes in different ways, right?
Let's hear it.
Now, the activism that we're always looking out for is the one that you take up your phone and you're typing and you're commenting. That's why that NYC girl that trended and people putting her in the same bracket of activists like Funmilayo and some Kuti got me offended because that's not there's nothing activist. That's nothing activist in that because there's no action in it, right? So that leads me to the next question. For those celebrities that have even taken up the honors or the responsibility to want to comment on social issues, do you think just commenting is enough? Or have we reduced the term activism or advocacy to just talking and writing?
Okay, so on this one, for those people that, have decided that, our country is our country, Nigeria is our country, we're not going anywhere.
The others did not decide.
No, so, there are certain, let's not lie now, there are certain persons that feel like if they anything, I think I've heard so many people say, once they have a certain, visa and they are already citizens of a certain country, they just denounce Nigeria that they're no longer citizens here. So, just you might not know them, but people like that are in Nigeria here. Just the money they're looking for.
Okay.
But coming back to the conversation, right? I feel like when it comes to celebrities and all of that, like I get your point, but I just feel like this is how things should work on and just be like. So this is my 2 cents on this, right? Now let's look at it from the the celebrities whatever. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm listening to you, like, very keenly. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is how I just said. Now, there are many people that feel like, coming out on social media to do the talking is where they want to rest on.
Okay.
But of course, I would always agree that when you, it's important that you come out and do the whole action, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, this is how I, see it now. I mean, we started with the whole protest, whatever, right? And I mean,
with protest 2020, then 2023 elections, we saw them again.
We saw them again, yes. If we even last year, we had one now. Something around hunger, something,
hunger
yeah.
Strike, yeah.
Hunger, yeah. So that also came out, right? I think it was so worried that dragged that now. It was something around hunger or bad governance, and bad governance, or something relating to that. So, I mean, protest of some sort, it has kind of worked, or we've seen the impact, where, I mean, people come out today and you hear that the price, or everybody's sharing rice now, and all the governors and everybody is sharing rice to citizens. It's not they know that they'll share rice. Or during the time where you see that the price of rice has reduced, do you understand? So, of course, I mean, to some extent, you see the impact of the protest. But I feel like there are other better ways that we can go about it. Okay. And I feel like we are yet to even know what mechanisms to use to be able to tell the government. Because, again, everybody do the talking, everybody do the shouting, everybody do the whatever. That's giving me more of passive instead of, action. Exactly.
True.
So I think we should just come to that, conclusion that probably we should still continue with the protest. But again, I still feel like there should be better whatever. And that's something I think I've been saying of late, right? So I'm literally following Sowore, and I think I'm in his community as well. So for every time there's this space, whatever, that I don't know why you're smiling. There's this space, whatever that...
in a new community I'm not aware of.
Well, hello.
We'll talk about that
I don't know
later.
why you're not even there. Are you not part of the citizen of this
That's not how I do my own activism. I do it on Wade's show. This is activism. Go ahead, please.
But back on it, right? So for every time, there's always a space that for meeting and all of that they call in. And I think I was listening to one on Friday where I'm actually speaking to one guy that's in the uni, and they're like, oh, this is how even Sowore actually started. It was in uni, and this is how it started. So you yourself, for every time you see something that is wrong in school, talk about it. Tell people, own it up, own up to it. Do you understand? Don't try to cover things up because of probably this person is a lecturer or whatever. If you feel like this person have done something wrong, state it. Oh, this is what I think. This is how I think it should be. Do you understand? Because that's where it starts from. So it's one thing for us to come on social media and do the talking. But like I said, that meeting was very helpful, was very inspiring, right? And there was also, mentioning of the whole protest thing, and the protest is coming and it's going to come. There was no time, there was no date, and all of that stated. But there's like they're more like preparing the youth for the protest. I'm very sure you must have seen it. Apart from the 30 days, whatever that we are doing with the NYC girl, I'm very sure that every other person is actually aware. No, I'm not the party day. What are you saying? Did you see me?
All right, so we're going to take a short break now. When we return, we'll open up this conversation more. And please, we want to hear your own opinion on this as well. So please comment on our YouTube platform and also call us. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back soon.
Life is made up of moments, some that fill us with joy, others that test our strength. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space to explore the highs and lows of human connection, the love, the heartbreak, and resilience that shapes our life. From relationships to friendships, parenting to partnerships, and so much more. Every week, we share stories and conversations that define us, navigating love, separations, the struggles of parenting, dealing with anxiety and managing the pressures and stress of life. Real conversations that bring us closer, helping us heal, grow, and connect. So join me Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. for Heartlines, the show where we'll connect hearts, have real conversations with real people, one story at a time.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. We're still discussing activism, and we're putting celebrities in the spotlight now. How much is expected from them? God's really have been of the opinion that they are normal human beings like you and I, and should not be given undue pressure to want to comment or part of it. And I'm saying that heavy is the head that wears the crown. If you wield great influence, it's expected that you wield social responsibility as well. Back to our former question. I was saying that beyond there are now some that are the activists, right?
Yes.
There are some that will comment beyond political activists or journalism activists now. And we've been saying, too, that it's beyond just talking, because I think we're in a space where social media makes us feel like we're really doing the work.
Right.
And we are not. I'm not so impressed with the work that is being done on social media, because nothing really is being done. And then the question will now be, okay, what's not the work that you want to do? But, of course, you took me back to something that I can relate with. Many people that went through universities and got certain things done, after they leave school, maybe they forgot how that process was. If you look at people that went to top federal universities that are, professors today or in the government sector, in whatever sector, you will hear stories of how they really fought for certain things in school.
Yeah.
How they not just speak about it, they were actions that they took, right? They had clubs, they had communities, they had social groups, they empowered people and all of that. And it seemed as though we were doing these things when we were in school. If you were in, I know of a university that had to ban student union governments because these guys were aggressively trying to get what they want, even though there were extremes to it. But it shows that beyond talking, I mean, in a school environment, how much of talking do you want to do? You will gather people together. You will talk to them. You form social groups. You have meetings. You have conferences. You have international comments in that sense. And that's more like an action beyond just talking. So looking at all of these things, and the people that we have today, you went to university, at least if you went to a federal university, I mean, not the way federal universities are now. Federal universities are now, I don't know why I feel like they're becoming sober. Nobody is as aggressive as those days. But it shows that beyond talking, we need to start seeing certain action by leading by example, certain action by taking up a project that is not working well.
Yeah.
You can be an activist and you're complaining about, poor education or poor infrastructure, especially in the north, and you're just talking about it. The government should send people to the north. The government should ensure that girls are educated in the north. Fine, the government will do that. What are you doing in your own space to ensure that? I like the fact that there's the rise of foundations and agencies that are ensuring
NGOs.
this, but it is not as much as we want it to be. And now there's also this warp where I feel like celebrities and the brands that they support sometimes will not encourage some of this activism as much. Remember, there are some celebrities right now that, apart from whatever they do in their industry, they are loyal to certain brands. And there's this brand policy where you have to restrict or restrain from certain comments. Maybe that's why I think that maybe that's why some of them run from political questions,
I feel like that's
conversation.
That's part of
Imagine
it.
a celebrity that is, loyal to a family brand in that sense, or just any brand that is really not politically centered. They would not want to have conflict of interest or conflict of opinion on their own pages. Now let's move away from celebrities. Let's bring it back to ourselves. How do you think as individuals we can take up more? I've mentioned some of it already, but how can we take up much more responsibility in our own space to ensure that we are very much involved in what's happening? And how much grace should we give celebrities? Going back to the story of Mr. Macaroni, I did read somewhere, I don't know if I should share this, but if he has put it on his social media, it means it is left to be shared. So he mentioned that last year he had some financial problems and all. I had to get into a debt of 500 million, and that's somebody going through a lot. And you might not think that they go through a lot. I'm trying to take your angle now, but that's a whole lot, 500 million. So that means we that were complaining band A and band B, they also have their own problems. So how should we, manage this whole dynamics and live peacefully in that sense?
First of all, I like to think that when it comes to change and all of that, first off, begin with you, right? And that's why I make mention of the fact that you keep complaining about the fact that the country is not going well, the government are not doing anything. Look at what's going on. You as an SME, you as a private entity, what have you done? Do you understand? What impact have you even made to the society? People around you, how have you taken care of them? I mean, I think it was either last month or so, I was having a conversation with Mr. Martins, well done to the guys behind the scene. And I remember stating, I mean, he was telling me about what he think about E-Money and how E-Money shared cars and all of those things to his staff. And I mean,
He shared cars.
yes, think about
Wow.
it. His cook now has a car. His driver has a car. The gates guy has a car. Think about it. So exactly, you're looking at me, but that's something that happened earlier this year. Yeah, Imon's birthday. So you see that there's a lot of things going on. There are people that are already making impact. All you just need to do is to, you know, show people that are close to you how concerned you are, how good a citizen you are to this country. And trust me, those other people would also reciprocate the energy. Do you understand? So really, it starts with you as a person. So I mean, like I already said, people should leave celebrities alone. Some of them, let's not lie, don't have the power, don't even have that mental space to be able to take this thing that you think they can do it, because they have the numbers and they have this you know, the followers and all the followership doesn't actually give them, you know, the real access for them to just turn to become, you know, political activists. And so not portable they find me political activists.
I won't even listen.
I don't know why I did not state this at the beginning. I don't know if you get me.
I'm not gonna listen to
Exactly, but he's a celebrity, yeah? Is it Speed Darlington that you want to come and do political activism for you?
Yeah, the one calling names to God's beauty.
No. See,
I get it.
these people are persons that I mean, if you look at them, you would know that they're, I mean, look at Portable. He's almost someone fighting with the law. Let's not lie. Exactly. So is this such
He's
a person?
breaking the laws that cannot even put you at the forefront to talk about the laws that have been
Bless
broken.
you. So it's a simple thing, and that's why I feel like when it comes to the whole celebrity, whatever, you should give some persons, you know, a breather. Allow them breathe. Do you understand? So yeah, that's how I see it. And I feel like I said before, when it comes to change, when it comes to empowerment, when it comes to growth and all of that for the country, it has to start with each and every one of us. Once we get it right.
Is there anything that stops people of certain influence from taking political spaces?
There's nothing stopping you, actually.
Then why do we not see much of it? I remember, which is not 2023 election where Funke Akindele ran for, what's it called now? Deputy governor, forgive me. And of course, she didn't win. Do you know the comment I saw?
Tell me.
Some people were like, why should go win? Why should not go focus on a movie? This is not for you and all of that. I'm like, see people, every Nigerians you don't have single mouth, one mouth. Can we focus on one thing? Yes, I don't know her intentions or whatever the ambition was for her to go for that.
Yeah.
But that was a bold step. Seeing somebody from an active entertainment industry.
Even Banky did his
Banky did, right?
Yeah,
but maybe Banky is not as active in the entertainment industry as before. You can agree with that. I mean, it's almost like he tilted totally now to politics. But this is somebody who is still producing her movie, who is still dancing on TikTok, who is still, you know, acting and doing funny accents. But she went ahead to go for this political space. You can call that now. You can come to my own category. I'm saying, yes, social responsibility.
Yeah.
But we did not see these people's support. It now brings me to the question that, do we really want celebrities to really talk about what's happening? Or we only want it when it favors what we think about? Because I feel like there's a bias too that comes to it. Imagine a celebrity that comes up and is supporting a party or a group or a governance or a motion that you do not support. And we know how social media works, where there's a lot of backlash. It makes them even cower, and it makes them become hypocritical as well, wanting to agree with the one that will suit you. So look at all these dynamics.
So I don't think there's anything stopping, you know, a celebrity from, you know, being a political activist and all of that, wanting to, you know, go for seats and all of that. Again, except, of course, you know, if they're with a brand that doesn't, because I know for sure that there are certain brands, I don't want to call name, but there's a particular brand here in Nigeria, because of the support that they have for the government. Anybody, just like the NYS, anybody from there can, you know, speak against and all of that. So, but when it comes to, I think when it comes to celebrities, you know, running for office and all, again, it depends on who exactly, who are their running mates. Do you understand? I feel like that's probably one of the things, or one of the impacts on why Funke did not, you know, later became whatever.
That's another funny thing. So people, there are different comments. People feeling like she didn't enter because, one, focus on your entertainment industry, focus on your family.
I feel like that's wrong.
Some other people felt like the party you even chose, that's not the party that we want and all of that. So it's almost showing that there's a... Let's be honest, this is what we see on social media,
the parties
and the comments.
An impact,
So how do you want them to go about this? Is this the reason why they cower and do not want to come out, you know, to be much more intense with the advocacy?
I just feel like probably one of the reasons why they would not is probably if they don't have like the right party. In as much as Nigeria...
So there's a right party?
That's what I wanted to say. No, that's not what I mean.
Okay.
Calm down. So what I wanted to say is, in Nigeria, in as much as we agree that it's a multi-party system that we actually practice, but you see that we have like 2 lions and probably a chicken that's coming underneath it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Imagery.
But do you get what I'm saying? So in this situation, even when we have like other parties that are there, we first off, let's not lie, we only know the 2 major parties and the small chicken that's coming. Then the other ones, many people don't know about them. Many people don't know about this, some of these parties. The only people that know are probably people that is already in the party, people close to them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I get
it's not as popular or as obvious as these other parties that we see every time. Do you understand? So how do you as a person now decide that you want to go for a particular party and you think you'll be able to, go on when you have 2 major parties that are very known and all of that? So in short, there's a lot of things to it. And if a celebrity decides that, you want to run for one of these 2 parties, you have to be biased. There's some certain things now you will have to do. There's some value system that you probably have before that you have to change. Let's not lie, it's the truth, it's glaring, it's obvious, everybody knows already. So I just feel like probably those are like part of the factors, but that should not stop you. Do you understand? That should not stop you.
So we should see
like,
more people in 2027 coming up in office.
Yes, we should see people that are ready. Because there are some people in my head. There are people
They should dare not go near that space.
But they will not even be elected. Let's not lie. See, in as much as we like crews in this country, we know that there are some things that they know born us we're gone. So it's simple. So in as much as, it's okay for us to see some of the celebrities stand up and all, and they should not be scared. Except, of course, they have probably certain brand restrictions and all of that. But if not, please, let's see you guys.
But I'm going to ask this thing because I'm going back to 2023 elections. My friend and I can list a number of celebrities that were, the way they were talking about this politics, the way they were very bold about the candidate that they were supporting. And they were not just supporting the candidate based on the sentiments and all. They had proofs. I won't say proofs per se, but they had reasons or things that tilted towards economic advantage. And you're like, a lot of research has been done. This person really is now invested and interested. But it seems as though it just goes away. Let's even compare it with the United States of America's election too as well. We saw the likes of popular musicians. There was Taylor Swift, there was Beyonce. During their concerts, they would say, I'm for Kamala Harris and all of that. And it seemed as though a lot of people now went there. So I'm wondering that how much of confidence, because it looks like even though we will now want to take these celebrities at their word and want them to have social responsibility, I fear that a lot of propaganda can now go into it. A lot of propaganda can now go into it. The reason why in some constitutions or systems why you will not want a religious leader or somebody of great influence to speak about a party so that you don't influence other people's system because of propaganda in the setting. So how do we address this whole propaganda thing? What should make me trust a celebrity with a particular comment on a party? How am I sure that you're not commenting on this party or commenting on this candidate based on propaganda? That's another angle to look at.
See, it's a simple thing. I'm not someone, in as much as I love you as a person, right? I hear you, but trust me not to really do with what you said. That's how I am. I am someone to always listen. And I try to ensure that, you said A, you said from your own side, it is A that you're saying. I wish people
were like you.
No, because that's what it is. And that's why I also stated that there are some celebrities you should not be listening to because of how they rose to fame, how they even are as a person, the things you've heard them say. How are you listening to people that they have really not made any impact? For all the time they have been speaking literally all the things you have said are things that do not make any sense. And you not tell me that, when this person saying at this party I they go for, you just think about it, as this guy don't talk at me, just saying, no. You yourself, you should also do your own work. I remember there was a time I think earlier this year or so, where we had Ore on this table, if you remember him. And there's something he said, in as much as we don't like the 2 major parties that we know, even the 3rd party, there are some hidden things that is there that you don't know about. True. So because celebrities and all of this are talking about it, doesn't mean you should support it. Even Aisha Yusufu that says that she's part of the group, she has literally said it with her mouth that the day that she looked at it, that there's a better person than, Peter Obi, she'll go for the person. Because you're more about who exactly will deliver the job. It's not about the person. Who Who exactly can literally deliver? Do you understand? If we have a more competent person, go for the person. Why are you more concerned about what this celebrity has to say? We have to start changing our narrative and our mindset. The reasons why these people are popular in the first place because of certain things that they are doing. Don't take that out. Not every political person, not every entertainment person can actually be an activist. We should start getting all these things right. Because I love this person and most of the things the person has said before is making sense, doesn't mean the person cannot be paid. Everybody has a price. Get it.
All right. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Thank you. Thank you for shedding light on this important topic. And we hope to have you back again on our screens tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Ways Breakfast. Bye.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?